Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you all fine and I hope you all had a great game week 24. It was kind of a difficult game week for me, guys. Before the last day, there were like two games left between Arsenal and it was the Arsenal game that was left, and there was another one, Liverpool game. And I had 31 points, so it was a tough game. It was absolutely tough game week for me. But Jota captain just came in at the right time, scored 16 points, and it's just everything kind of fell into place, by itself. I mean, I was expecting the worst. I was expecting to be kind of out of top 10k. By the end of the game week, because Demarai Gray, my my kind of punt, a differential punt, didn't work. As you can see, he's like 7% owned. Luca Dean again 9%, did not work. Aston Villa, crazy game, 3-all against Leeds, and I just had like two players to go, Jota and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and even like the day I was on live streaming for the deadline, I had like the decision whether to just play Sofal or bring in Dean in place of Alonso, and I chose the other one. As you can see, Sofal got 5 points and Dean got 1, so that's like I wasted one transfer. Not wasted, but I made one transfer, put Sofal on the bench, just didn't work. But anyways, thanks to Jota for kind of saving my game week, and Demarai Gray, just can't wait to get rid of him, but hopefully need to stick with him for one more game week, guys. So this was a quick review, and right now my overall rank is like 5.9k, so very happy with that. Although the last two game weeks it's been going downwards, I don't like the trend, but sometimes you just need some support, right? Yeah, I think the next few game weeks are going to decide where the season goes, whether it goes towards the top or just I bumble around, 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of stuff. But we'll see about that. Asset says, hello Viz, how are you? I'm fine, my friend, and I hope you're fine as well. What's the plan for game week 25? Yeah, I'll talk about my plan soon. SH Matthias says, I'm fine, some tough decisions, wildcard has been great. I was sitting at 14k, Jota rested, my rank went for Robo. That's fine. I think Jota and Robertson was a very tough decision. I think there are many good midfielders as compared to defenders, so if you can get a good defender, and I think you can invest that money wisely as well. It's not about one game week, it's about the length of like how long do you invest in your players. That's the important part, I'd say. Aaron says, hey Viz, I also have Gray in my team. Any thinking about getting Elise for him? What are your plans for Gray? To be honest with you, let me just go to my transfer page, and yeah, so the thing is, ideally I would want to get rid of Demarai Gray and just bring in Mo Salah and be done with it. That would be like the ideal situation. As you can see, I have a deficit of 1.8 million, and what I could do is I could bring in Brosha, who I have to bring in anyway. So this is one plan that I have at the back of my mind, which I possibly want to execute, and then next game week I can just decide whether I want to get rid of Bernardo Silva or not. So that is one plan that I kind of have for this game week as well. The thing is, I'll have to take a hit. The only way I can get I can get Salah without taking a hit is if I transfer out Bernardo Silva for Salah. It's as simple as that. So right now I have two decisions to make, whether I want. The thing is, having Brosha in place of Antonio just doesn't look right. Although Brosha's been doing well, they got some great fixtures to come: Everton, Norwich, Aston Villa, Watford, Burnley. Like really good fixtures to come for Armando Brosha. So I don't think there should be a problem in bringing in Brosha for Antonio. And Antonio has not been doing anything, honestly. Look at what he's been doing. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals and 1 assist in like what? That's crazy, like what, 18 game weeks? Yeah, 18, even 19, but he was red carded. Even like, let's go back, 20. So 20 game weeks he scored 4 goals and 1 assist. Like the same amount and much more he scored in the first 3 game weeks. Like he scored 4 goals and 4 assists in the first 3 game weeks. In the remaining 20 game weeks, Antonio's managed to score 4 goals and 1 assist. So I don't think there's a fear of missing out anymore. You know, if he goes and scores like 1 or 2 goals against like Newcastle, you know, that's the only like concern this one game in my mind, which makes me think I should go for Salah in place of Bernardo Silva. So I just have 2 simple decisions to make. It's not like I'm not thinking about going with a United player, especially because on Twitter they said we will not get any team leaks, early team news, but I'll still wait for my transfers till the last 10-15 minutes, and then I'll make my transfer. I'm still thinking at the back of my mind, but I showed you my moves. I showed you what is the logic behind my moves. So that's exactly what I'm planned to do. Let's see where it takes us, guys. Right now I'll come back to answer your questions as well. Just give me a sec here. All right, so Humayu says start 1, Sofal, King, Antonio. I'd start out of these 3. I'd start Antonio. Your rank is 5.9k. How many points in 24? I got 69 points, Todd. It's just Jota and Trent, to be honest with you, along with Jared Bowen. 69 points and 5.9k. Yeah. Geeta says captain option between Ronaldo or De Gea. Also, any update, will Cancelo play? If you ask me, 100% a Ronaldo captain over David De Gea. Never, like you already know me. I'll never even captain a defender, let alone a goalkeeper. That's just the way I think about stuff. And the second question about Cancelo, you know, they on Twitter they do these predictions where they ask Manchester City fans to vote for for like which player they expect to start. And this game week, they had a very like less kind of starting percentage for Cancelo. It was around like 42%. So I am a little bit apprehensive, but I still think that we should just put Cancelo in our teams and hit and hope. You can't like always, you know, have contingency plans. FPL Dex says, hey my friend, I hope you're fine. Aman says, I'm doing Foden to Salah this game week. It might hurt if Foden does well today, but Salah provides a long-term value. Reliable captaincy. Bernardo to Salah is not a bad move. Yeah, I think it's not a bad move. The problem with it's the same with Bernardo Silva, the same with like Michael Antonio. Like, what has he been doing in the past, like these game weeks? Like, for example, I brought him in 14, right? 14 or 15, I think. I got a 10-point haul, I got a 15-point haul, and I got a 6-pointer here. The problem is, like, these results make you cling to a player even when he's not doing well. Like, you know, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 3. The only thing is he's a consistent starter. This is the game week which is like so frustrating. Manchester City scored 7 against Leeds. He played 45 minutes, got 1 point. You know, but I decided to keep him, and I've been sticking with him. And I'm gonna get rid of Bernardo Silva, be it in game week 25 or 26. He has to go. So that's not the case that I want to keep him. The thing is, whether I have to take a decision, whether I want to take a hit and bring bring like Armando Broja and bring Salah in for Gray. That gives me a better team for this particular game week as well. You know, and next game week I can just move on Bernardo Silva for Saka or Coutinho or whoever I want to. So, you know, there's just 2 options. Just gonna think about it a little bit, and then gonna make my decision, right? Humayu says Antonio to Mope for this game week. Humayu, you see, the thing is, these are like short-term moves, and I'm not sure if you want to keep Mope in your team for a long time. If it is just 1 game week, personally, I don't think that at this juncture of the season we should be making short-term transfers. You know, Matthias says, I was transfer out Bilba and get Cornet next week instead of Gray if I were you. Yeah, I could get, the thing is, Matthias, even if I don't transfer out Demarai Gray, if I transfer out Salah and Antonio. I'll transfer out like Gray and Antonio and bring in Salah and Armando Broja. I can easily get Cornet, I can get Coutinho, I could get Saka in place of Bernardo Silva. So that's not an issue for me, you know. Fernandes captain over Jota, really, says Charlie Barrett. Yeah, it is. I am going to captain Bruno Fernandes over Jota, my friend. My rank is 5.9k, 5900. If that sounds better. Shopman says, should I take KDB to Salah Fernandes? I already got Ronaldo. See, this is a very difficult question, my friend. The thing is, if I were you, I'd possibly, bring in Fernandes and get Salah. But that just means making 2 transfers. And if you have a decent team and you don't like have a transfer booked, you should think about. I think you can think about it. FPL Duck says, who to captain between Ronaldo and Bruno? Yeah, this is a question which like I knew that is very like pertinent one. So I've just opened a comparison of Ronaldo and Fernandes here for you, and you guys can have a look, guys. Anybody who has the same question, just have a look and think about it. Just give me a sec here. So yeah, so but Fernandes has got 100 points. Ronaldo's got 87, but points per game, Ronaldo's like slightly edging Fernandes, but it's not much. So heat maps don't tell you much. They both kind of occupy the same places, which might not be the best news for Fernandes, right? Let's just go to the stats per 90 minutes. So these are the average stats per 90 minutes. So goals 0.49, 0.34 for Fernandes. 0.62 for Ronaldo, expected goals 0.25 for Fernandes, shots 4, 2.41, shots on target. Again, he's a striker, Ronaldo, right? It's not fair to like compare them like this, but I still feel this gives you a perspective as to which one you should captain. Shots in the box 3.34. Fernandes has got 1. On the assist side, like creating chances, Fernandes clearly edges Ronaldo. 0.24 as compared to 0.12. Expected assists 0.3 as compared to 0.07. Attempted assists 3 per game. Ronaldo's got less than 1. Big chances created, at least like 1 big chance created in 2 games for Fernandes. Ronaldo's like negligible. Same for the crosses. So again, Ronaldo's got a goal threat more than Fernandes, but how much more is debatable, because Ronaldo's not been finishing well. Fernandes, on the other hand, has a goal threat plus the assist potential. So you see, they both have the same goals, all with the difference of 1. The problem being Fernandes scored a hat-trick in the first game, so that skews the odds in his favor a little bit. As you can see, Ronaldo's got 8 goals from an XG of 10, and Fernandes has got 7 goals from an XG of 5. So as you can see, he's outperforming his XG a little bit. But I think the system which now Rolf Rangnick now plays 4-2-3-1, it suits Fernandes. He's creating more, he's in and around the box, he does get chances. So these are the stats, guys. These are everything. You can look at everything and kind of think about it. And which one would I captain? I think if I had both of them, I'd be tempted to captain Fernandes at the back of, because I don't have them. So it's not like really not sure if it's an unbiased decision or not, but that's exactly what I think about it. Let me think a little bit more about it, Jug, and I'll let you know. All right, moving on. I have Foster and Bachmann. Who should I bring, De Gea or Ramsdale? I think long-term Ramsdale is the better option, because Ramsdale has a double game week in 27. Short-term, obviously, De Gea has a double game week, right? So yeah. Dennis to Salah with a -4 hit. I think you can, but remember, I don't want to like change anybody's mind here, but like they've got a double game week coming up, which is like you already know what happened in the previous double game week, so I don't want to tell you to kind of keep them, but 4 points is what I expect from them in the double game week. So God knows what's gonna happen here. Dexter says, I'm free hit game week 26. I can bring in anyone, United, Brighton or City player. Bernardo out, who in? Rashford, Sancho, Pogba. If I was you, I would go with Pogba. If he starts, I think he's in this system. I think he's going to be very potent. Sid says saving a free transfer to make probably 4 moves next game week. That's pretty decent, bro. Hey, you think Laporte or KDB will start? I think KDB has the chance to be rested. Laporte, let me just have a look. So I think the predictions which I told you about, the ones which happen on Twitter, according to them, actually, what I can do is I can post a link to the tweet so you can all go and have a look for yourselves, right? I hope YouTube doesn't ban me from my own channel for posting a link. So here it is, guys. You can have a look. All of you can. Sorry guys, I need to move on. Like Dennis to Mope with a -4 hit. Not sure. Ahmed. Next game week he has a double game week. So Jashan says Kinsella, Maguire, Robertson, Fernandez, Jota, Coutinho, Ramsey, Ronaldo, Antonio, Dennis. Is this a wildcard team or is this like a normal team? I like that team a lot. If it is a wildcard team, I'd possibly swap. I'd possibly swap Dennis with Mope. I think if it is a wildcard team. Otherwise, it looks absolutely good. Kane out, Ronaldo in. Short term, you can do it, you know, but it's just about booking a transfer. That's the only problem. Is Antonio and Bernardo to Bruno and Broja a good idea? I think it's fine beyond. Even if short term, like it's a short term move. Looking at the stats, looking at all the things which have been happening in the past game weeks, you never know what Antonio and Bernardo are gonna do. But on paper, it looks like a good move. Definitely does. Gasper says Delo or Cucurella. I'd say Cucurella, that just because I think Delo still has a little bit of an issue with like, you know, once Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he has one bad game, Delo, and he's gonna get dropped. Cucurella, I think, is more nailed on for the long term. Short term, you can bring in Delo. Bernardo to Son, I'd say yes. Sklip says, hey, Edouard or Antonio? Edouard is minimum risk versus an outperforming 90 play minute Antonio. You can think about Edouard. Again, you saw last week what happened. They had a decent game, you know, like, and they had a fixture against Norwich and he got dropped. They've got so many options there. Like they've got Zaha, Eze, Aliz, you know, Gallagher, and all. So many forward players, and you know, one of them has to, like, even Ayew is not getting a look in either. So it's a bit tough to kind of say how much Edouard is going to play. Obviously, he's the more exciting option, but Antonio is safer. Hi mate, thoughts on Foden to Bruno? I have Ronaldo already, by the way. Brian, I think that is not a bad idea. You can keep, if you want, you can just keep Foden as well. If he plays against Norwich, he has a good chance to score. The problem is not sure if Foden's going to start or not. Will Jota minutes affect his effect from this game week? Is worth third pool player. The thing is, like, Luis Diaz is playing on the same flank on which Mane plays, and you know, Jota, I think, is sharing the same space with Firmino most of the time. When Salah was not there, he was playing on the right flank as well. But Jota, I think, is more flexible, can play in multiple positions. I think his minutes could be affected not because of his, you know, like, not because of his performances or like rotation, but more because of the Champions League, you know. But these things cannot be predicted, especially Klopp. He tends to keep his teams constant much more than Pep. Let's move on, guys. I think I'm lagging behind in comments. Sorry guys, I'll just miss one of two of the comments, and you can just write them again and I'll read them. So I'm just gonna start from Khalid. He says, transfer out who for Bruno? Jota, Foden, Madison, or Bowen? It has to be between Foden or Madison. Jota's got a double game week next week. I mean, I wouldn't transfer him out. If Liverpool scores against Burnley, it's definitely not Salah or Jota. Well, I've got a poll question for you here, and I'll tell you the answer at the end if you already don't know. So it's an interesting one. We've got 40 votes, and like all the options have got like 25%. But I'll tell you the answer when we get to the end of the stream. Just give me a sec here. Weghorst, Aaron says, Viz, if you had to bring any Palace player, who would it be? I'd say it has to be, like, you know, technically I think if Aliz is starting all the games, I like the player a lot, you know. Zaha, I've had like really bad experiences with him in the past. Like, whenever you bring him, he blanks. Whenever you kind of transfer him out, he hauls, you know. if I don't go with that particular bias, I think Zaha could be a decent option. Same as Elise, but he costs less. Yeah. Weghorst or Brocha next week. They're both good options, Ashwin. Technically, I think we should be going for Weghorst. He's got 4 games as compared to 2 for Brocha, but he's new in the Premier League, hasn't scored a goal. Did turn Harry Maguire for that goal, so maybe that turns our attention towards him. But I think it still has to be Weghorst. If Weghorst is I think has 4 fixtures starting next week, so I think technically it just makes more sense to get Weghorst as compared to Broja. Although Broja is playing really well, scoring goals, but 4 fixtures versus 2 just edges it for me. Fedja says, I did wildcard. Do I keep Sterling for the Norwich game and go -8? To bring Saka instead of Sterling, or do I go the safe route and bring in Saka for this game week since I used the wildcard and go -4? The thing is, I do expect Sterling to start, but the problem is you never know with Pep Guardiola. It can't predict his roulette. Can't predict his roulette. Fedja, I can just tell you my own experiences. Whenever I've done this kind of a move, like keep one player one game week and bring the next player next game week, it just never tends to kind of seem to work out. It is always, I think, the right option to look at long term. Whenever I've been playing FPL for many years now, every time I make this mistake of kind of thinking that I should bring in one player one game week and then move him on for second player second game week, this that, it never just works out. So I always remind myself that I should always look at the long term options. That's just my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do, it's just my opinion. Are you gonna bring in Ronaldo? No, I'm not gonna bring in Ronaldo. Hey Buckshot, I hope you're fine, bro. I hope you're having a great season and keeping healthy as well. People, get Weghorst, guy's a beast, and that price is a steal, says Sohel. Sohel, I hope you're not a Burnley fan. Although I think I agree with you, he's doing alright, but beast is, I think, a bit overstating it a bit. Sid says, bro, are you selling Bruno for Salah next game week or some other way? Bruno plays Leeds and Watford. No, I'm not selling. The thing is, I want to see Bruno's performance this game week before I make a decision, but I'm going to get Salah this game week itself. Be it for Bernardo Silva or be it for... in place of Demarai Gray by taking a hit by taking Antonio out. So I'm gonna make my transfers with 15 minutes to go. I'm still thinking. I'll definitely I'll definitely let you know whichever decision I make. The thing is, eventually I'll have to kind of get Weghorst as well, because there are not many good strikers this season. That's a big problem for the FPL this season. Karan says Weghorst does make more sense. He definitely does make more sense because he's got 4 fixtures. You give him at least you take 4 shots, you have more chance to kind of get more points. And the problem with getting Broja is he plays Manchester United. Is not the easiest of fixtures as well. If he was playing somebody Watford, I'd say okay, you can possibly think about getting Broja over Weghorst, but when he's playing against United, I don't think so. Will you be keeping both Watford strikers, says Sam? The thing is, they've got a double game week next week, So I don't see any point in selling them this game week, especially when I don't have a good option to bring in. So I'd say why not just stick with them for one more week and get 4 points out of them. Smash that like button. Thank you so much, FPL Jug. It says, whenever I look at long term, they get injuries or COVID. That's always happens. But I think COVID is kind of waning. The COVID wave is waning a little bit, and I don't think we're gonna get too many more COVID postponements, especially after they changed the rules and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it works out. I don't know. Fedja says, thanks for your thoughts, it helped a lot, and thank you for it. You're welcome, Fedja. I hope you make the right decision. Hey, what transfer are you planning or making, says Mihir. Mihir, I'm thinking of bringing in Salah this game week, and I've got two ways to do it. Either to take out Bernardo Silva for Salah, or to take out Demarai Gray and Antonio for a hit for Salah. So yeah, I mean the thing is, get Jacob Ramsey in. Yeah, that's another one. It's such. I think Jacob Ramsey is a very good option, decent option, scoring 2 goals. He's got 4 goals and like 1 assist in the last 5 or 6 game weeks. He's been doing really well, Jacob Ramsey. But it's just this game week is just not my mind is just like away from the Aston Villa because I already got Dean. They conceded 3. I just need to see a little bit more of what how they set up and stuff. I might even think about Coutinho. Bring in Coutinho or Mahrez. I'd go for Coutinho. I would not go for Mahrez. I'm not sure if Mahrez is gonna start. Again, the only reason I would say no to a City player is because I'm not sure if he starts. Thoughts on Tarkowski? I think he's nailed on starts. Not a bad option. Pedro says, hey Wiz, Dean versus Cucurella versus Delo. I know the last 2 have a double game week, but does Dean have a higher attacking threat? I think long term they're both good options because Brighton has a good defense as well, especially against the smaller teams or similar teams. They don't tend to concede a lot of goals. Obviously Dean has a more attacking threat than Cucurella, and he also has a double game week to come. But if you want to make a long-term decision, I'd say you have to go with Dean. If you want to make a short-term decision, like focusing on this double game week, Delo I will not consider. Honestly, I'm not sure if Delo has one bad game. I think he can be dropped for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. His crossing is like not even good. I was watching him last game. He just tends to overhit most of his crosses, Delo. Whereas I'm planning to get Gray out. Can you suggest a good midfielder? I think Olise is fine, Achitan. Definitely a good option. Yes, you can think about Ramsey as well from Aston Villa. I hadn't considered him too seriously, but the kid can he scored 2 goals. He can finish. I think he's a good option. Absolutely a good option. Olise is good as well. Lee Fisher says, I'm after a defender to play the next 3 game weeks. Must play in game week 27. Must play the next 3 game weeks, right? So first of all, we have to kind of look at the players which have the next 3 game weeks. Just give me a second here. I have this list of teams who so it should not be from Arsenal, Chelsea or Liverpool, basically. The next 3, I think United defender fits the bill. They have good fixtures as well. They play like they play good, like Leeds. They play Watford. They play Southampton, Brighton. I think United defender would fit the bill. Lee, think about it. Sam says get Jacob Ramsey. Let's move on quickly. Which side are you on, mate? Fernandes or Salah? I might have both of them come the start of the game week, but I'll be captaining Fernandes for this game week. I don't take sides. I just make the safe decisions, my friend. I don't like to be maverick. People who be mavericks in FPL or stock markets go against the flow most of the time, and don't look at the general strength of the fixtures and the market. They both suffer. That's what I think. Mihir says, I'm planning on using my my wildcard next week. I think that's a follow-up question. I think next week wildcard is definitely makes sense if you you want to target a double game week 26. Villa have games in hand too versus Leeds. Yeah, that's exactly why I brought in Dean. I have both Ronaldo and Bruno. Who should I captain? Again, that's a very difficult question. I'm thinking about it, but right now I personally think that Fernandes is a better option. But see, if it goes wrong, I am not to be blamed. That's the only thing I want to say. I can just give you my opinion. Just give me a little bit more time to think. Think about it. If I had Ronaldo and Fernandes, I'd definitely think about captaining Fernandes. Alright, moving on quickly. Should I keep or sell Gallagher? I think with Elise and Zaha coming back, he's not playing on the flank. Actually, he's playing a little bit further back. So technically speaking, you know, I think Gallagher doesn't have the same attacking threat when he doesn't like play further forward. Is Elise a sure starter? You see, if he is fit, I think he starts. He scored a goal. He's been playing well. I don't understand why he shouldn't start. I think he should. That's just my opinion again, guys. You know, I'm just predicting. I don't nothing. I'm just predicting. Just like you and everybody else, I'm just predicting. In my opinion, in my notes, hang on. Wait. Why have I written Elise doesn't start? Just give me a second here. We'll get this. No, I think Elise starts. I honestly think he starts. What about the expected ownership of Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes? When you own both of them, FPL Jug, I think it doesn't make a difference in my personal opinion. You know, you can definitely captain anyone you want to. Should I go KDB to Salah? If I was you, I would personally, I would do it. You know, the reason is I see a risk. I see a little bit of a risk that KDB gets taken off early against Norwich, or he just doesn't start. Achitan says, thank you, Wiz, all the best. You're welcome, my friend. I hope you have a great game week. So I have to think about my own particular transfer as well, guys. Like, I already have CR. Should I go for Bruno? If you can, you should, you know. I think this is a game week which you should double up on them. They've got good fixtures. Southampton and Brighton are decent fixtures. Not good, but they're decent. And they have a double. No other team except Brighton has a double, so you know you can take a punt, and next game week you can move one of them, Ronaldo or Fernandes, on for Salah if you want. By the way, the answer to the poll question which I have is 1. Salah scored 1 goal against Burnley in the Premier League in 8 appearances. So in 8 games against Burnley in the Premier League, Salah has scored 1 goal. Doesn't fill me with confidence. You know, sometimes when you do over research, it actually hinders your decision making process rather than help, you know. But yeah. Just give me a second here. I'm actually looking at Twitter to see if I can get any early team news or whatever. I don't think we're gonna get it. But yeah. Thanks for your assist, says Jag. You're welcome, my friend. Always welcome. Is it time to sell Antonio? That is exactly what I'm thinking, Rohit. Let me go to my transfer page. So what I'm thinking, I have 2 options here. One is to sell Demarai Gray and Antonio. Right? For Armando Broja and Salah. That way, like I get to keep Bernardo Silva against Norwich City, and next game week I can sell Bernardo Silva for anybody. The second option which I have is to just keep Antonio and to keep Demarai Gray and sell Bernardo Silva for Salah, and then next game week I can just sell Demarai Gray for whoever I want to, and Antonio as well. That way I get 1 more week to make a decision as to who I want to, you know, like sell, or who I want to sell for. The thing is, why I'm thinking about Broja is because Broja's got some really good fixtures coming up. Not this game week. That's the problem. You know, if I take a hit and bring him in this game week, it's like it doesn't have a good fixture this game week, you know. So Everton, Norwich, Aston Villa, Watford, Burnley, Leeds. I mean, he doesn't have many big teams left to play, Broja. And his ownership is 8%. So I really like the look of Armando Broja. The only thing is whether to bring him in this game week or the next is the question. So this is where I'm currently at. Need 10 more minutes to make the decision. Who would you bring, Delo or Shaw? I would bring in Shaw, definitely. Ishtiaq says, Wiz, thoughts on Shaw? Is he worth bringing for the double game week? I think he is. I think he adds a lot to that United team, you know. and much better than Pereira. So the other left back, I don't remember his exact name, but he's better than the other left back, and I think he's has some attacking potential as well. If United keep a clean sheet, that's just an added advantage. Sam says I would just do Bernardo to Salah. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that as well. The thing is, they're both the kind of players I don't want, like Antonio and Bernardo. They've been blanking like for eternity now, so just thinking a little bit more. The initial plan was to just move on Bernardo for Salah and be done with it, but Salah 1 goal against Burnley doesn't give me like much confidence, but let's see. Forwards are so dead, says Rohit. Yep, they are actually. I don't see many good options here. I'm just like, I have a big FOMO of fear of missing out of Phil Foden. The problem is there's no way I can bring in Phil Foden now, right? So that is out of the question. So the only logical thing for me to do is to just bring in Salah now, not take a hit, because I'll have to take a hit anyway. Is Tarkowski good long term? I think he is. Broja is also a rotation risk. I like him, but they have 3-4 strikers. I don't think he's a rotation risk. The way he's playing, I think he's going to play all the games if he's fit. The problem is he tends to get injured really often. The way he plays is like he goes all in, tends to get injured a lot. That's the problem. So you've got 2 free transfers. If I use only one of those for 25, will I get... Yeah, you will... Yes, Manal, that is true. Gassemi, I think he is a good long-term option. I'd prefer to go for somebody like Nick Pope, just because he's a goalkeeper and tends to get a lot of save points, and Burnley are kind of tightening up. But you can do... Rohit says don't bring Salah this game week. From next game week he's good. Yeah, that is also an option, but I personally think the way he was playing against the last game week, the way he played against Leicester, Salah, I just think that if you want to bring him next week, then I think it's a good idea to bring him in this week. I think I'll just bring him in for Bernardo Silva. Although I want to get rid of Demarai Gray and Antonio, but then let's just put it off for 1 more week. I think my team is not that strong this week because I'll have like Livramento, Demarai Gray, and Sofal on the bench, and but sometimes you just have to ride the wave when the time comes, I'd say. Just wait for the news, by the way. I'm not confirming the transfer yet. Let me wait for some news, early news for like United, for example, if they say Fernandes is not starting or whatever. So let me just wait if we get any team leaks or whatever for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then I can just make my transfer after that. Right? So I'll just put it on the pick team, and then I'll make my transfers pretty soon. Sorry, just give me a second. Achitan says, is it worth taking a hit? KDB, Gray to Salah or Lees? See, Gray is not going to play. So that is, if he's in your playing 11, that just saves you 2 points on the hit. The problem is, I'm not sure about KDB if he starts. The Manchester City fans forum was not confident that KDB starts. I posted the link to the tweet. If you want, I can post it again. I want you all to just click on that and see for yourself what the fans of Manchester City seem to think who's going to start and who's going to not. Yes, but do Ramsey instead of Elise, says Sam. I think Ramsey is a good option as well, Achitan. He saves you some money as well, and he's gonna start most of the games the way he's been performing. I don't think that is a bad idea by Sam Clements. Salah is one of the best options, says Rohit. Well, against Burnley, he's just got 1 goal, which makes me a little bit wary. But the thing is, I have to get him in anyway. It doesn't make a difference whether it's Burnley or Manchester City. When you have to have Salah, then you just go for him. You don't kinda, dilly-dally on your decisions. Nishchal says, reserve free transfer this week. What is your plan on the chips? I showed my plan on the chips at the start of last week's stream, but if you want, I'll just go through it again. So this is my initial plan, guys. This is not like a fixed. That's the reason I've written tentative. So my tentative chip strategy is like I'm possibly gonna triple captain Salah next week. But this is for me, right? So triple captain Salah next week in the small blank game week 27. I'm not going to use my free hit. I'm just gonna ride the small blank game week with free transfers. In the big blank game week 30, I might use free hit, or I might not, because I might dead end my team. That you know what dead end means, right? So make transfers to like have like 11 players in game week 30 and then use my wildcard in 31. That way I'll have 2 free hits, you know. And if I think I cannot successfully dead end my team into game week 30, that means I can't use my free transfers to have a decent team for game week 30, then I might use my 1 free hit in game week 30 and then wildcard and bench boost and a free hit, bench boost in 36 and a free hit in one of the subsequent double game weeks which are going to happen, because there are many teams which need to rearrange fixtures. Leicester's got 4 fixtures that need to be rearranged: Arsenal 3, Everton 3, Burnley 3, Tottenham 2, Aston Villa 2, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2, and all these teams have got 1 fixture. So a lot of fixtures need to be rescheduled, and I just want to ride the wave. So 27, I'll definitely not be using my free hit. I'll just be riding the wave, riding the game week with my free transfers, because free hit, I think we can make the most out of a free hit in a double game week as opposed to a blank game week in which your options are limited, you know. For example, like 6 teams have a blank game week. There are not many good players available sometimes for you to waste your free hit. So sometimes you just have to ride them. So this is my basic strategy, guys. Again, I'll keep updating you as to how I think and what moves I make, right? Best defender for long term. I'd say they're the usual ones: Cancelo, Trent. I'd say Kieran Tierney, Luca Dean are the outside outside options, but I like them as well. Yeah. Best bench Dennis or Antonio? I'd bench Dennis. Antonio I'd still play, you know. Although because Brighton is not an easy team to play against. Brighton are a very good, they play a possession based game and hard to kind of score against them. Keep Sterling or get Salah? That's again kyzioh. It's very difficult for me to say. I posted a tweet, you can have a look. Fans seem to think that Sterling's gonna start. If I was you, I'd keep Sterling and get Salah next game week. Sanjay says, hi, I've got Ronaldo. Do I get Bruno for Foden and captain or go straight to Salah? The thing is, if Foden starts today, he has a good chance to score some decent points as well, Sanjay. This decision depends on the fact whether you think Foden starts or not. It's very difficult questions, guys. It's hard for me to give you... just give me a second here, guys. I'm on Twitter to see if I can get some early news, which I think I will not get, but I keep trying, right? I also have to set my team, you know. I'm not sure if I want to play both the Watford strikers or should I play one of them and maybe play Sofal. It's just a mess, honestly. Start Foster or Gaeta? Hang on, this is who does Crystal Palace have? I'm not even aware. Brentford. I'd say Gaeta. Foster. The thing is, Watford defended really well. They were so unlucky against West Ham. I think you can play any of them, to be honest with you. They both have an equal probability of keeping clean. It's very, very difficult to kind of call this, Khalid. Very difficult, bro. Jethro says, hey, I was thinking of bringing Bruno and Broja for Gray and Dennis. I think that's not a bad idea. I think you can do it. You have to know that Dennis has a double game week next week. If knowing this doesn't make you want to keep Dennis, then just get rid of him and get Broja. Do you think Salah will start? I think he will. I mean, if he comes back 2 days before the game against Leicester or 3 days before the game against Leicester and plays 30 minutes. I have no reason to think why he wouldn't start here. That's exactly what I think. Who is your ideal Antonio replacement? It has to be Broja or Weghorst. I'm thinking, I thought about Watkins as well, but I don't want to spend that much on a striker anymore. Is it time to get Watkins out? I don't think so. They've got a couple of double game weeks to come, but I see that Aston Villa's got like Coutinho, Ramsey, Dean. They've got other options which you can go and you can think about getting cheap strikers. So you can think about taking Watkins out. Guys, I have to make my own transfer as well. There's like 15 minutes to go. By the way, I always recommend you guys I always give the logic behind my transfers. I always tell you what I plan to do and what I'm doing, right? So just want to tell you that you have to kind of, you know, make your own decisions. Never copy me blindly, you know, like I'm just making decisions just like yourself, trying to study and give you the best of the best of information that I possibly can, guys, you know, but it doesn't mean that what decisions I make are the best or the right ones. So you have to own your decisions. I'm just looking through Twitter for any team news, leaks, whatever. But I don't think they're forthcoming today. There's just no information available. What are your transfer plans, says Jackson? I'll let you know soon, bro. Pope or De Gea? Long term, I'd say Pope is the better option. United just seem to keep conceding lots of goals. I don't know what's the reason. United just concede for some reason, you know. Last game week, this, you know, it was a gift for Burnley. I'm keeping an eye on Dan James. I mean, he did score 2 goals against Aston Villa, but to be honest with you, I think it was a one-off. I don't think he's going to be that effective in all the games. How many Manchester United of who 3 apart from De Gea, Bruno and CR7? If you want another like United player, you can think about getting like Luke Shaw. Pogba is another one, and another one could be Rashford. These are the options which you can think about. Anyways, guys, the last 10 minutes to go. I think I need to kind of set my own team before I answer any more questions. You know, I'm just kind of having a look at Twitter, but no early United team news for us. So we don't know whether like Bruno, Ronaldo, all of them, they start or not. So we're on the mercy of Ralph Rangnick, I'd say. The guy who leaks the team news, he says that it's becoming harder to get United news. So maybe it was Donny van de Beek who was doing the leaks. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything. I'm just saying, you know. Yeah. So guys, I don't think there's any team news coming. 1 more minute to wait and then just need to conclude the transfers quickly. You know, I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions again on Twitter, trying to figure out stuff. Is KDB rested? Cancelo also? I don't know. The United... I honestly think Cancelo has more chance to play than KDB. But again, that is just a feeling. I have no information, no inside information, nothing. Anyways, so I guess it's time to make the transfer, guys. I think it's 10 minutes to go. We don't want servers crashing and, you know, last minute panic setting in. So I guess it's time to make the transfer. Major fear of missing out of the Manchester City players, you know, but sometimes you can't have all of them. That is the thing. Really wanted to have like somebody like Rafinha this game week, you know, Rafinha, Foden. Big fear of missing out, but Again, let me go to my transfer screen so I can show you the transfers here. George says, "Hi Wiz, I'm going free hit 27 because I have 3 Liverpool and Tierney. Should I get Fernandes for free this week and sell for a -4 for Salah or play Maddison?" Do you have Ronaldo as well, George? If you don't have, you have Ronaldo, right? Sorry, I didn't read that. So you have Ronaldo and David De Gea. Honestly, I think if you want, you can do it. I think you should get Fernandes and sell for Salah. I think -4 can be covered by Fernandes, honestly. You know, I think that's just my feeling, George. Again, you already know. I mean, you know, I've been wrong before, but I think this is not a bad move to make, because just for a -4, at least I think Bruno can get you like what 8-10 points this game week. But the thing is, Salah, how much points is Salah gonna get is the question, you know. I feel if you're not gonna captain Fernandes, you can keep Salah, and if you're gonna captain Fernandes, then you can think about it, George. Sometimes I think short term, too many short terms move are not the way to go. Refusion says, "Wiz, confirm your transfers," followed by exclamation marks. I am, bro. I'm sorry. I just. Oof. I am going to confirm my transfers soon. Alright, I think let's go for it. I think there's no point in waiting any longer. So, am I on the transfer page? Yes. Alrighty, so Bernardo Silva, thank you for everything. Please, for the love of God, do not punish me against Norwich. Salah, I know you've got just 1 goal against Burnley in 8 appearances. Please change that today. And disclaimer, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm just a weird FPL manager who supports Arsenal but wants Salah to score all the time. Captain is Fernandes, obviously. The vice captain, I don't think vice captain is gonna make a difference. Let's put it on Kinsella. So now the question is whether to start Sofal or to play both the Watford strikers, right? This is the last thing that I need to kind of decide. That'll go down to the wire. You know. So at least I made my transfers for anybody who wants to kind of see. Just was here to see the transfers. The transfers have been made, guys. But I just need to kind of set my team up. With start Edward, Watkins or Everton. Jethro, can you write the question again? Whatever point Salah gets, at least you'll be able to avoid any imminent price rises. FPL Jug, I generally tend not to like play for price rises most of the time. Wiz, who is good to have up front if you could change king? I think Broja. Weghorst or Broja? Weghorst or Broja? Yeah, I think that these are the ones. Yeah. So by the way, guys, the last thing, anybody who asked me which one would I, if I had both Ronaldo and just a second. He says, "Sorry, bro. Watkins, Edward, or Rafinha?" I would start Rafinha, bro. Rafinha. Everton have been absolutely lacking defensively. Rafinha. I'm benching King to play Gray. Gray's not gonna play Jugs. It doesn't matter. He's injured, bro. Actually, I can just do the same. Let's just play Damari Gray and bench Dennis. Let's put Dennis on the first. At least I won't have to see 2 Watford players in my team against Brighton. That's not exactly what I want to do. But it doesn't make a difference. I'm not sure whether to play Sofal or to play like Dennis. That is the last decision that is left for me to make, with no kind of good reason to play or bench anyone. Hang on, which one did I? Yeah. Let me put Dennis in here. Even the last game week, I think Dennis looked really lively and King did not. I guess this is close to what should be my final team, guys. But I'm just gonna think till the last minute, as I always do. I'm benching King to play Ramsey. I think that's absolutely viable, especially after how he played the last game week against Leeds. I think you should. Any defender you take for a -4, Cucurella. The thing is, short term, no one. Long term, I think any Brighton defender can do, like Dunk, Webster, Cucurella even. I think they're fine. Long term, if you want to keep one of those defenders, fine. Just for one game week, I'm not the kind of manager who just makes these kind of decisions, short term ones. All right. Let's just wait a second here. All right, so guys, there's no I don't think there's any team news or anything forthcoming anyway for anybody who's kind of waiting for that. So yeah, this is kind of a team. You know, technically I should just put like King in because Gray's not gonna play. It just gives me an Lampard said is not gonna play Demarai Gray. But actually, you know, I just if Gray was fit, I assume I'd put him into my team anyway. So, you know, when does Everton play? Today? Yeah, I don't think he has any chance of playing. I would, you know, I would love if I owned Phil Foden or Rafinha. There's a major fear of missing out, which always happens. 180 seconds is FPL tech. I think 2 minutes is better, my friend. It gives you a false sense of security with 180 seconds. Anyways, lock your teams, everybody. Lock your teams. Today we don't have Smelly Wabbit here, who gives you a countdown with 10 minutes to go. So it's up to you. Go and lock your teams. By the way, why did I vice captain Cancelo when I have Salah? It just feels good to have him back in the team. I can tell you that much. So yeah. Bruno or Ronaldo captain? George again, if I had both of them, I'd captain Bruno. That's just my opinion. If I had both, I would captain Bruno. You know? If I had both, I captain Bruno. Yeah, definitely would. That's just, again, I've been wrong before, but that is my opinion. Fantasy Football Scout Luke says KDB has less chance of starting. For example, he even thinks that even Cancelo might be rested, but that doesn't make a difference because we all own him and we're gonna own him long term, so it makes a difference. Only have one bench player this week. Sam, it doesn't matter. Let's hope you won't need your bench players, bro. Let me refresh my team before the deadline, just you know, just in case. Save. Yeah, captain is on Fernandes. That is the most important thing. Josh King and Dennis against Brighton doesn't fill me with confidence, but you know, who knows? Actually, you know, just actually, should put King in the team, but this is fine. My 11 are all 90% plus nailed on. We should be good. Yeah, it's gonna be fine, bro. This is kind of not the time to be worrying about the bench. I'm telling you this. Anyways, the time's up, guys. The deadline is up, and we hope against hope that should be a good game week for everybody. So this one was a bit tough because of the City uncertainties, you know, the uncertainties surrounding Manchester City as to who's going to start. FPL Dex says Ramsey or King. Todd says, yeah, that's exactly the same as me. Todd, if you are on Twitter, do let me know, bro. We'll add you to the group, and if not, no worries. By the way, if you see a weird wrench sign next to your name, Todd, I added you as a moderator. So yeah. By the way, guys, I don't have like I have some kind of work to get done, so won't be doing the predictions today. So I have to take a quick exit. But before I go, let me just check Twitter once more to kind of see if somebody writes anything about Edward starts. He says, yeah. So the only news we have is Oddson Edward starts, and that is all. Nothing about Elise, nothing about anybody else, nothing to say. FPL Focal has written on Twitter that Oddson Edward starts. So that's all. That's all we had. It was not worth waiting for such a long time for this news, I'd presume. Now let's all hope that, not all, but all the Salah owners hope that he actually bangs and Bernardo Silva, for the love of God, he stays quiet. But anyways, guys, Todd says thanks for smash the like button. Thank you so much, Todd. You always appreciate your support, bro. Lightra says cheers, Wiz, may the arrows be green. Cheers, Light. I hope you get green arrows as well, bro. So guys, with that we come to the end of today's edition. Been a quick turnaround since the last game week, and I'll definitely be seeing you for the next deadline. Until then, just take care of yourselves and hope you all get green arrows. FPL Visit signing out, and I'll see you very soon for another deadline stream. Till then, make sure you get green arrows. Take care. Bye bye.